Alright y'all, welcome back to Live Loves Literature, and today we're doing something brand new. It's part of my brand new series, basically my virtual English tutor series, because it's come to my attention that there are people out there who might be in adulthood or in childhood, still some kind of hood, and either they need some extra help or they, just don't have the resources to buy books, to get a tutor, all of those things. And I just kind of want to post short videos on different reading and writing skills that maybe they can reach someone and help someone. If they can help at least one person, that is my goal. So today, the first lesson is going to be context clues and how to use them. I feel like that's something that we always hear all the time in English class, like use context clues, but it's like, what does that even mean? So using context clues is when you run into a word that you don't know, you use the surrounding words that you do know to help you out. So I'm going to read this passage and I'm going to put the words on the screen over here, but I'm going to read this passage and we're going to use context clues when I reach a word that is not really in my repertoire, in my daily vocabulary. Okay. Also, just wanted to remind you that I am a certified middle school English teacher. I teach 7th grade. I have 4 certifications and I have a few years of experience now, and also studied child psychology. I'm reading from Wings of Starlight by Allison, Saft. This was one of my top 6 books of 2025. Watch my top books of 2025 video and watch my Wings of Starlight book review from like April of 2025. That evening, Clarion returned to the border. Here, sitting cross-legged on the bridge between spring and winter, she could feel the barest whisper of the cold over her skin and the snow-laced breeze winding itself around her wrist. It felt as though it beckoned her closer, inviting her to drift over the pale grass, frozen stiff with lacy hoarfrost. So we're going to stop here because a word that maybe people don't use or don't know would be beckoned, right? Beckoned is kind of a different kind of word. Beckoned her closer. So it says closer, so therefore, if you have become closer and someone is beckoning you, probably is a motion for you to move forward. So even if you don't really know what beckon mean, you know that it involves somebody encouraging somebody else to come closer, because it is something else that is involved in the action of you becoming closer. Okay, let's keep reading. She'd never escaped the pull of it now that she'd experienced firsthand what a magical place it was, one where there were libraries carved from ice and mountains you could traverse by sled and fairies who made friends of wolves. So another word, traverse, okay? Traverse is definitely not a word that I use typically. It says you could traverse by sled. So it's talking about mountains that you can traverse by sled. So, okay, sled. I know what a sled is. I've never been sledding. I don't live in a cold area. But when you sled, you are typically going down a slope. And we know that mountains have a slope. And in a sled, you are moving. You're not stationary. So mountains you could traverse by sled. That means you are moving down the mountain by sled. So maybe we are traveling over a mountain by sled. Maybe traverse is a synonym for move down, for travel, for something of that sort. So there we go. We just use the words around it to help us out. Remember to please subscribe. Next time we are probably going to go over a writing skill. I believe it will be how to break down a simple prompt. I think I'm going to do a middle grade prompt and also a high school prompt, because even though I don't teach high school, I was very talented at high school English. So yeah, that will probably be next video, but make sure you watch my critical thinking series. I feel like this series and that series will go hand in hand, and just watch all my other videos and shorts. I post a lot of YouTube shorts about Percy Jackson because it's my current extreme obsession. If you want me to make some long form content with the Percy Jackson books, then let me know. But until next time, keep learning, keep reading, and keep trying. You are capable. Everyone is capable.